Thanks for watching Diceborn. If you're interested in diving deeper into the political intrigues and mysteries of our series, there's a handy reference sheet with character descriptions and family trees in the video description, along with links to other bonus content. For more behind-the-scenes extras, consider supporting us on Patreon. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to Diceborn, Secrets in Stained Glass, episode 3. This is our third episode of the mini-series we're doing. We're having to record kind of an intro for this episode 3 because our second episode recording got so long that we've cut it before, and now we're here.
6 hours long.
6 hour long recording. It was incredible. We've just finished recording and recording this now. We're still hyped up on energy because, oh my god.
Yep.
Yes.
So if you haven't watched our first 2 episodes, go watch them now. Oh, because you don't actually know what happened at the end of that recording.
Yes.
Stuff happens. So,
Yeah. Stay tuned to this episode.
Stay tuned to the end of this episode. Stuff happens.
So if you've watched the first half of this session we just did, you're in for a treat.
Yes.
Yeah.
You really are. You genuinely are.
I don't think I'm overselling it.
Nope. I'm just going to do a quick roll call because I'm Ben and I'm playing Lucius Lacal. I'm also joined by Verónica.
Hello, I am playing Eliane Venture.
And Ian.
Hello, I am playing Sylvain Hadriel.
Alyx.
Hello, I am playing the terrible Dier Venture.
And Eric.
And I am playing Jenna Techiel.
And our narrator for this episode, is Matt.
Hey everyone, this is a lot of fun.
This is.
It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
This series is built in collaboration with Crafty Games. They give us some content for their upcoming supplement, The Golden Mandate, which focuses on Era 1 nobles. Gonna quickly hand you over to Giveaway Ben. Wow. What's up, guys? This is Giveaway Ben. I'm here with another giveaway where I'm going to give you the giveaway stuff for this episode. I'm going to make this really quick because this episode is really good, and you probably noticed from the manic energy of the intro that, yeah, you want to stick around for this episode. It's a really good one. Right, winner of last week's dice giveaway. This is for the allomantic or ferrochemical dice, and the winner is Xavier de Becker. Well done, Xavier de Becker. You have won either a allomantic or ferrochemical dice if you send us an email to 17thshard@gmail.com and let us know which dice you want and where you live, and we'll get those sent out to you. Well done, you. On for the other giveaway, which is our Shire Post Mint giveaway. They have given away they have picked another winner who has signed up for their newsletter to win one of the Era 1 set of dice. Coins. Sorry, Shire Postman to do coins. So they'll be contacting you soon. I actually don't know who the winner is. I don't know until you're contacted. So keep an eye on your email if you sign up for the newsletter, because you might have won a set of Era 1 coins from the Shire Post Mint. So thank you to Crafty and Shire Post Mint for those giveaways for last week. Same giveaways this week, so another set of dice and another set of coins. So thank you very much, Crafty, for the set of dice. To win that, you just need to be a subscriber and leave a comment down below. And for the coins, all you need to do is sign up to the newsletter, to Shire Postmint's newsletter in the description. Their newsletter they'll send out when they bring out new products. They have cool things like coins and Mistborn coins, and they do Lord of the Rings coins, and then do lots of other fantasy series coins. It's really cool. Sign up to the newsletter, and then every week we pull someone who signed up using the link in the description to win a set of coins. The dice giveaway is US only, and the coin giveaway is for the whole world. Oh wow, that's amazing! Right, I'm going to go now so you can get back to the episode. Bye. Thanks, giveaway Ben. So without much further ado, let us just all kind of just get started straight into episode 3 of
wherever we cut this.
We cut this.
If I may, I would like to throw it to future Feather to give you a quick recap of wherever we left off in whatever is episode 2. So
Yeah.
Over to you, recap Feather.
Hey everyone, it's Recap Alyx. I know. It's weird. I am in a different form. I have a confession. I am a Khandra, and I have been the entire time, and I've killed Eric, and now I'm in this body. See, I'll prove to you that I'm Alyx right now. I love Mraize and Renarin and hate Kelsier. See? You're convinced, right? So, what happened in episode 2 of Secrets in Stained Glass? We opened last time with Jenna Tekiel using Lucius to cover up a meeting with her longtime friend and confidant, Praelon Verity of the Steel Ministry. They discuss how Jenna took care of a man named Chess with ties to the Ska Rebellion, who worked as her fiancé Julian's former bodyguard before he was presumed deceased in the fire alongside his employer. Verity reveals Chess and Julian were half-brothers and obliquely mentions their mother Olivine was executed recently for having dalliances with Ska. Verity also warns Jenna to be careful of those she associates with and to keep a close eye on Mavis. Meanwhile, Lucius attempts to break into Mavis's room, but as it happened, he got the wrong room. Bummer. Back in the main hall, Dier passes Lucius his promised parcel of the hallucinogenic Grey Fester and asks about the rumors spinning about his sister and Sylvain courting. When Lucius turns the conversation back on him regarding the treatment of Jenna and his constant unwelcome proposals, Dier explains pestering her is just a bit of fun and a way to keep his cousin Straff off his back. Eliane goes to Addison to ask for help making connections, but they're interrupted as Addison goes to rescue Sylvain, who is crashing and burning attempting to fulfill the mission Lord Solus set him on to get information about the fire and this burned assassin. And Sylvain quite likes Addison, a crush which Eliane does notice. Jenna then goes to 2 heads of great houses, Solus Alariel and Tennille Urbane. Tennille, the best character on this show. Put your comments below if you agree Tennille's the best. And Tennille says that Jenna shouldn't want to be a head of the house because everyone wants to kill you. And Jenna says nothing will dissuade her from her destiny of ruling House Tekiel. Then Tennille's fortune teller, totally a world hopper Matt, offers Jenna a reading. While discussing how to address the rumors swirling, Eliane reveals to Sylvain that she found the note in Dier's invitation, indicating that Mavis wants to meet with him tonight, and tells Sylvain that Mavis has been meeting with informants across Luthadel. They're interrupted by Dier, who not so subtly threatens Sylvain after Eliane scurries off, telling him to keep his mouth shut if Eliane's been saying anything. But Sylvain's unflappable big himbo energy convinces Dier he knows nothing of consequence. Lucius chats with his cousins Pen and Rianne, swapping some gossip before he sends Rianne to fetch Eliane. He offers to keep Eliane's new status as Seeker a secret, and potentially help her out in learning the ropes, if she can tell him anything juicy about her cousin Straff, or about Mavis and Addison's relationship. Disappointed in what she offered, he sends her off with a rude dismissal, laughing with his cousins once she's gone about how useless she is. As we step back into our session, our narrator Matt has made a last call for a lightning round of action before the manor settles in for the night, and Eliane goes off in search of making a new connection. With that, we'll go right back into it.
So we'll do Eliane's lightning round beat first, and then we'll do Jenna's scene, and then we'll do the other beats, just because Verónica needs a break. So go ahead and...
So how much do I need to roll to figure out how the Kenton Angelique conversation goes?
Yes. So I would roll charm. We'll do just one roll. Charm. And it's a sliding scale, so do a 1.
Okay.
You can add... You can add kind.
Okay.
And you can add trustworthy demeanor.
Okay, great.
Those will both serve you well with these 2 individuals.
Okay,
1.
just one
Okay.
then a nudge. I do have 5 nudges banked.
So you could use 3 of those to bank to bump this up.
So I'm just gonna leave my nudges at 3 and I'll bump that up to 2.
Okay, 2.
Great.
So with the two, you feel the interaction goes well with both of them. You find them both together initially, but then they separate. So then you do have to track down the other one. Kenton is very awkward, but you kind of seem to have like a kindred spirit in terms of feeling a bit like outsiders in noble society. And he's very eager to talk about like books he's reading. So if you do manage to get onto that topic, you have a decent conversation. Angelique similarly is very friendly. You don't get as good as Kenton's more transparent, so you feel pretty good that was a positive interaction and you maybe could build on that later. Angelique, it's very pleasant, but she's a little more socially adept, so you're not sure whether she's just being polite or whether she actually enjoyed the conversation. But it was a good conversation. With the two, you don't acquire any like useful information from them at this point, but you do kind of make a relationship. So I think we'll start without Verónica because she's already done her piece and she can just be absent.
Cool.
And she'll come back when she comes back. So let's move then to Jenna and the fortune telling.
Okay.
So Iris leads you into her little tent. And you see a lot of like curious instruments. There's the most prominent one is a big table. I don't know if Jenna would know what this is. Roll just a general wit.
Yeah, okay, sure. I'll put it at 1. Or what should I put it as?
Interesting.
Yeah, a 1.
Yeah,
Sure.
okay. Okay, 3 and a nudge.
3. Okay, sure.
I'll bank the nudge.
Yeah, but yeah. So this is kind of like occult knowledge. That's why I was like, wouldn't Jenna really know this? But it's she also like just has a general knowledge of the world. So there's a like big table/basin that looks like it would be used to put some like material in, and Jenna recognizes it as, and I hope I'm saying this right, like some sort of cymatic device.
Oh,
So
okay.
like with the particles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Cymatic.
Okay. She's educated. That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's like Jenna probably knows it from like a science perspective, maybe.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's some other. So that's the most prominent thing. There's some other kind of odd looking instruments. You're not sure how functional.
No black sand or anything, you know?
No, none of that.
Okay. Just,
no jars with specimens. Everything seems very Scadrian in this tent.
Okay.
Not that we would really
not that
Not
Jenna,
that the characters would know, but the audience maybe.
Yeah, but but yeah, there's very Scadrian in that there's like a lot of metal.
Sure.
And yeah, like there's a deck of cards sitting to the side. There's an orb of crystal that is sitting kind of in a darkened corner. It's like kind of fortune telling stuff. And again, it all looks like it's well made. Like it's not like knockoff brand fortune telling stuff, but it is still kind of like stereotypical, like
not that Jenna would know the difference. It's like, this is a bunch of crap.
And so Lady Iris will sit down and offer Jenna a seat as well. And she'll reach out and offer her hands for Jenna to take.
Both hands?
Both hands, yeah.
Okay, sure.
And you see on one of her hands, as you go to take them, it's more jewelry. You didn't see this at first, because you failed the wits roll. But you see she has kind of connected to some of the rings. There's a kind of like chain adornment around her hand that has some little metal discs set into it.
Okay.
And Iris will say, so, Lady Jenna, I know you're skeptical, but is there anything you'd like to know or wonder about? It doesn't have to be the future per se. We could reflect upon your present or your past as well, if that would be helpful to you.
Is this one of those things where you wheedle information out of me and we try to have a big moment about that? Or do you actually have anything of value to say?
I think what I have to say has value, but whether you recognize that value is up to you. I only want to be of service. So if you agreed to enter my tent, and so if there's something you wish to know, although if you want to just kill time, I could just give a general reading.
No,
I don't think that would be fruitful.
The future. How specific do you require?
Well, first, and she's kind of like, she's just letting you rest your hands in hers. She's not, not squeezing or anything. This may be a personal question, so forgive me for prying. But are you an allomancer?
No.
I only ask because allomancers tend to be more connected to the threads of destiny, and there are techniques one can use to divine the future more effectively if someone's capable of burning metals. But I understand it's a delicate matter in noble society.
I will say that I've allowed some rumors that I'm a soother, but I am not. But it would be unwise. I assume you can keep that discreet.
Oh, absolutely.
Very good.
So you wish to know about your future. That would be an uncertain thing, wouldn't it? May I?
Yes.
And she's with your hands. And she starts to kind of like feel your hands a bit. Like just kind of change her grip slightly. And she says, there's a lot uncertain about your future, one could say. I'll say the obvious that most people know, right? You're a heiress to a powerful house, so there's concerns about inheritance. And I'm sure the pressures of your exalted station must be exhausting at times.
Yes.
It's that burden must weigh on you heavily.
Deeply.
You must wonder if you'll ever be free of it, or if you'll continue to bear it, or if you'll break under its weight.
I do not wish to be free of it. Never.
But do you wonder if it will be taken away from you? Or is it a matter of destiny that you feel assured in this path?
The only thing that could dissuade me is my death. Though that, I suppose, there have been many attempts to dissuade me from my rightful destiny.
Yes. Chasing such an elevated dream is perilous.
Yes.
You must always be balancing on a coin's edge. Do you protect what you have, preserve the ground you've gained, very hard fought? Or do you risk asking for more and court the destruction of everything you have built? Protection or preservation and destruction are often at odds in all of our lives.
Yes.
It's only unique few who strike a balance, wouldn't you say?
I suppose.
And you have many important friends, many important relationships, family.
Yes.
Many competing interests to manage.
Very much.
It's a complex web of conflicting ties to the world's leaders.
Indeed.
Navigating that will require a delicate touch, or you will be ensnared in these relationships.
So am I too harsh? Is that what you are implying?
Interesting you go to harshness. Concern for your social interaction with others. You are unattached romantically, yes?
Yes.
Do you worry sometimes about remaining so?
No.
Yes. For a marriage could jeopardize your greater goal, couldn't it?
Precisely.
And it's easier to remain unattached and unkept.
I attempted it once, and he is dead. I don't plan on making the mistake again.
Great women are like ash mounts. Those who climb too close to the summit without proper experience or preparation or the proper metal are often consumed. But you're to be commended, I think, on how far you've come. That speaks highly of your prospects. You feel called to rule one day, but it was not always so that you were set upon this path.
Yes.
Another once held this destiny and gave it up.
Is Jenna supposed to recognize what you're implying?
She's maybe insinuating that you have an older brother who did not.
Sure. Okay.
So if Jenna would have caught on to that, we can leave it. Or if Jenna would have been confused, she might elaborate.
No. I think that's fine.
There's some double speak happening though.
Yeah. I suppose so.
And your line was not originally the first among your family.
No. Indeed. There was much struggle a few generations back.
So there's
more.
And that fate can be like that. An unlikely sequence of events that seem unconnected can chain together. Arriving somewhere totally unexpected. We can try to control how the cards fall out, but sometimes even if you know what's coming, it's random.
I suppose it is.
I'm going to make a quick roll.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Just to see.
For the right here.
By the way, Jenna's
MVP.
super unimpressed with the fortune telling. It's like, you could probably this person knows stuff, but there's nothing fancy
this is
here.
Fascinating.
Yes. Jenna's like looking for something particularly special, like some special information, and it's like,
oh damn.
They are She doesn't know.
Yeah.
The person will, the iris will kind of sit back, release. Jenna, roll. I think this is a physique. Roll a physique.
Ooh, okay. I haven't done one. Jenna's athletic. Physique 4.
And I don't think you can add any of your things.
Yeah, that makes sense. And what should be the difficulty? Just sliding.
I think a 5.
Oh, okay. Oh my god. Ooh. Yeah, sure. Okay. And I have no traits that are probably relevant here, right? No. Okay, sure. Okay, let's get lucky.
Ooh, 4s.
I do have 2 nudges with this. Can I bump it to a 5?
You can.
Let's do that.
As she's taking her hands away, you notice very subtly the discs on the chain device she has around her hand are like slightly warmer than her skin. Or you get like a sensation like warmth, and it's so quick you're not even sure you imagined it or not, but you do notice, like, you notice a sensation basically.
Interesting.
And she says, I don't want to waste your time further, Lady Jenna. I think you are destined for much struggle as you continue on this path. And I wish you all the best, though, in achieving your chosen destiny.
Thank you, Lady Grey. And then Jenna leaves. Okay. And I have, by the way, I have no idea what's going on with the discs.
Yeah, that's okay.
I don't know. Well,
hopefully that wasn't too much of a waste of time, and it was somewhat interesting.
I picked up what you were dropping, Matt. I think.
Fascinating.
I can't wait to rewatch this. I'm like, how interesting.
So that resolves that scene.
Okay.
Then Jenna, Eric, do you want to do any kind of quick beat rolls?
Info about Mavis, where she's been, just anything along those lines. She's pretty focused on that. What should I roll?
Are you gonna try to find her through like nobility and the other guests, or are you gonna like talk to servants and kind of directly ask where Mavis is?
I was trying to think like wits, like more of like a sort of an investigation check, maybe. But
so you could do
like she's scouting the manor type thing.
Yeah.
Maybe?
So I'll say wits. What you're doing then is you're doing kind of logical deduction.
Yeah, sure.
Narrowing the net.
Yeah. Yeah.
And talking to people as needed, but more just being like, okay, she's not here. Like what's been happening?
Cool. Difficulty?
I will say
I'm
gonna ask for a couple checks.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Or 2 checks, and so you can spend some spirit to try to improve things.
2.
You're at 2? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you make... Okay, then let's do a spirit roll, a charm roll, and a wits roll.
Okay, I'm going to start with wits so I don't feel depressed.
Actually, I'm going to ask you to start with spirit.
Oh, okay.
And then wits.
Sure.
Okay. And then charm. And so the spirit will be... Spirit will be 4. So...
Okay, so I'll start with that.
You can add your destiny, though, to that.
Oh, I didn't, though.
So just reroll with 3.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay.
Okay, so not quite. Then wits is just difficulty 1.
Okay. Okay, all right, we got
Okay.
something.
3
Okay.
and 1 nudge. Nice.
Yeah. And then charm is going to be difficulty 2.
Okay.
Ooh,
Not quite.
that's a lot of ones.
So you succeeded on your wits check. So you're able, like, you kind of look around and you don't get any information on Mavis useful from anyone that you speak with. But based on your kind of knowledge of the layout and where you were, you get the sense that Mavis wasn't in the atrium much after that altercation. And you don't know who she was talking with necessarily, but you also have a good idea of who was in the atrium at the same time as you. So if she wasn't talking to any of those individuals, she was off on her own or was talking to someone else. But you do recognize she has not really been in the atrium.
Yep.
You figure out you would have noticed her presence.
Cool. Awesome.
So, yeah. Okay. So then we will move forward in time. So the sun has set now. I'll say, like, Lucius, Pen, and Rianne say, "Oh, we're gonna go start getting ready for bed, but maybe we'll meet up for a nightcap at some point if we're wandering the halls."
Yeah. Lucius had a few drinks at this point. He's decently limbered up.
So next we'll shift to Sylvain and Addison, who, now that Dier has left, and Eliane is off talking with Kenton and Angelique, Sylvain and Addison are alone.
Yeah. I'll say, like, they did go off and, like, attempt to do some of, like, information acquisition sort of things to no success. Mostly because Sylvain is distracted by by what he learned.
Well, and I think also with the people who are left, there's not that many more people to talk to, unless you're going to talk to, like, servants.
No.
Yeah. So I think, yeah.
Yeah. So what's going to happen is that he's going to try and find a quiet place, like, to talk to Addison, but people have spread out enough that there really isn't a good place. So what better place to have a private conversation than in the center of everything? And he's gonna pull her into a dance in the atrium, which, like, people will notice, of course. But they'll notice the dancing. They won't necessarily notice the conversation that's happening while they're dancing.
Sounds good. So Addison says, "Oh, sure. I haven't danced yet tonight, so that'll be enjoyable."
And we will see how well we dance.
As you start dancing, the musicians actually shift the music to something slower. You get the sense that the musicians, and the singer especially, is sick of being ignored. So they're very excited that someone is, because this party has been a lot of, like, chatter, right? Not actually a lot of, like, dancing. So they're, like, excited. So they're, like, doing everything they can to be like, "Oh, if people are going to be liking this, we're setting the mood." So
I would like to make a roll for the distraction that is the dancing.
Okay, yeah. I'd say charm, and you can add your
Can I do physique instead? As the technical skill of dancing.
Yeah, physique, and you can add your you have, like, a performance type skill.
I have showmanship.
Showmanship, yeah. You can add that.
Okay. Difficulty?
2.
7 dice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
How many ones did you roll, Ian?
Ones.
I got
It'll
3
be a
ones
one.
and 1 nudge.
And one nudge.
Sylvain's a little flustered because, oh wait, I'm actually dancing with her. Oh, I did not think this through. But Eliane mentioned something earlier. Apparently, Mavis is going to be meeting with Dier tonight.
That wouldn't surprise me.
It's not a good idea. There's things about him that she does not know yet.
Like what?
Like you said earlier, she swims in different circles. I don't want to put you into... You knowing this secret would put you at risk.
Only do what you're comfortable with, Sylvain, but holding secrets to yourself can be a burden. You can trust me and trust me to take care of myself. I know what I'm doing, and I'm very careful. So if you need to share it with someone, if I can help you.
I need to share it with Mavis.
And
like, you can tell, like, he doesn't want to tell her, not because he doesn't want her to know, but because he doesn't want to put her in that position. Even despite the fact that she can take care of herself, like, he can't put her in danger willingly.
Okay.
Can you get word to Mavis that there's something I need to talk to her about Dier? That
I can. I can't promise she'll listen. Mavis does what she wants. She always has. And
she does.
She tends to... She's a fearless woman in many ways. So I'm not sure that advising her of a nebulous danger will dissuade her in the slightest. But if you want to talk to her, I could let her know when I see her next. But Sylvain, if you're caught up in something with Dier and Mavis, I really don't think it's worth getting involved. I think Mavis and Dier have known each other a long time, and she can handle herself with him. And I worry about you putting yourself in the middle.
Do I do this? Do I, as the player, do that?
Already told Addison a lot.
Do I trust her?
You could roll something to see if you do.
No. Sylvain will lead forward and, like, during, like, a very, like, slow part where, like, they can, like, lean close together, and very quietly he will whisper that secret.
The secret that Sylvain learned from Eliane about Dier.
Yes.
Okay. Addison nods and doesn't miss a beat and says, "Do you want me to tell her?" I wouldn't need to say where it came from. And
don't do anything.
Mavis wouldn't. Again, I can protect myself, and I don't think Mavis can be reckless with her own well-being, but
I think she should know.
Okay.
He knows Dier well, but people change. And if she's expecting one thing, perhaps she should expect the reality.
I've been around Mavis and have seen her friends for a while now, and I think maybe Dier has changed less than you think he has.
Perhaps.
And she'll lean forward and whisper in your ear, "These aren't good people, Sylvain." And then
very good.
She'll say, "Well, should I get going then?"
And Dier. I don't play Dier.
You don't want to play Dier.
I don't want to play Dier. Sylvain, like,
he's pretty fun.
wants to say no with every fiber of his being, but he says yes.
Well, we'll talk soon.
Mm-hmm.
And she
will
breaks
bow
apart.
and like kiss her hand.
Okay.
Just stand in the middle of the atrium as she walks off.
Okay. Sounds good. So Addison will make her way away.
That was so good. I love playing terrible people.
Yeah.
I'm over here having like this is such a cute ship moment, despite the fact that like my character is the danger that Sylvain is
I'm like,
Addison from.
Lucius, next. You have arranged to meet with Mavis in your rooms at some point as people are heading in. So
yeah, I'm gonna, as once Pen and Rianne have gone, I'm assuming the dancers have stopped, the acrobats have stopped, and so I'll kind of.
No, they're still going.
Okay.
It looks like they might intend to go as long as there are people in the room.
I will wait there long enough for it to be uncomfortable for them. And then I'll make my way up to my room.
Okay.
And kind of just
Mavis is not there. How long do you wait?
I'm gonna sit in a big chair and I'm gonna pull out the little pouch of grey. What was it? Grey Fester, and I'm just gonna take just a little whiff, just to take the edge off. You know, I've had a long day, and I just want to chill out for a little bit.
Okay. You take the Grey Fester, and it starts to take effect. Mavis doesn't show up.
Okay. I'll wait. Let's say 20 minutes. Let's say I'll chill out. I'll wait for the initial hit to hit me, ride the wave a little bit, wait for it to start to fade. This is a fast acting drug. This is I didn't take very much.
Yeah.
I'm going to poke my head out into the hallway. Is there anyone there?
No.
Cool. I'm going to go out into the stairs area between the second and third floor, the kind of that central area. Is there anyone out there?
You see, if you kind of look down the stairs, you can see some servants moving around. Sure. You see, Kenton and Angelique stealing across the second floor walkway together, try to be very sneaky. And you kind of hear sounds of movement. So like people are like around.
Yeah.
No one's in your immediate vicinity though.
Okay. I will approach one of the servants and be like, Mavis's room. Do you know where I'm going?
So the servant you approach is the valet who greeted you, and he says, her room hasn't moved, sir. You requested a room across from hers.
Excellent. Superb. Thank you very much. You've been a delight. And he goes up. And he goes back up. And yeah, he's going to knock on the door opposite his room.
Okay, there's a moment, and then the door opens, and you see Mavis on the other side.
So
And
worried. So worried.
You like that fake out?
I was legit like, no, she's going to be dead. Okay, yeah.
And Mavis will she'll say, "Oh, Lucius, right, I'm so sorry. I forgot. You wanted to talk, right?"
Yeah. I'll be like, Mavis, what's going on with you? And I'll kind of push my way into the room a little bit.
Oh, Lucius, I don't know where to start, to be honest. But I'm okay. You know, I've had a couple drinks. It's been a party. I'm not quite used to all of this, so I think I'm just tired.
I'm gonna pull out the little pouch of Grey Fester. I'll be like,
you see her eyes dart to the Grey Fester, and you know Mavis well, and you know she's down for pretty much anything.
Yeah.
And you can see the look in her face that wants to like the look she gets when she's responding to a dare. Like that defiant kind of, damn right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But she hesitates and says, no, I probably shouldn't. As fun as that seems.
Okay. I'm gonna find somewhere to sit. I'm gonna make myself a little comfortable. And be like, Mavis, it has been 2 years since we last saw each other. I know you and Addison. You've been making your way around the dominances and picked up a few new friends, it seems. What is Addison to you?
Addison was there for me during a very difficult time in my life. I know you aren't close with your parents, but losing mine and my grandmother, it was hard, Lucius, and it was nice to be around someone who didn't know Mavis Ilariel as well, who I could just be around as I processed what happened to me. But I know it was unfair to you all. I failed you and Dier and Jenna as your friend by retreating.
No. Mavis, I am a little hurt that didn't come to us, but that was a time for you. I wouldn't say you failed us. I understand. I'm not going to make it all about me, as much as I wish I could.
She chuckles a bit at that.
But if Addison is what you needed when you needed her, then that's fair. But you're back now, right? This is Mavis Ilariel, host of the winter ball of the Ilariel Estates at Lakeside.
Doesn't it ever get exhausting, Lucius?
Yeah, that's what it's for.
We could spend our entire lives not wanting for anything, having fun, experiencing all the opportunities that the world could offer us. But does it matter?
Don't understand what you're saying here, Mavis.
I think that you do understand on some level.
Maybe. But that fun, that delight, that wanting for nothing, that's what we're here for, isn't it?
Listen, Lucius, it's getting late.
Okay.
I'm actually pretty tired. I think I'm gonna just turn in. Is there anything else you wanted to speak about?
There's been one thing I've been wanting to talk to you about.
Ask away.
Mavis, have you got yourself involved with Strap Venture?
Strap Venture?
Mm.
No. Like romantically involved?
Oh, no. I had just heard some whispers on some of the less noble channels, shall we say, about the two of you arranging something.
Thank you for telling me, Lucius. I appreciate it. Knowing that these things are circulating. Can I trust you?
Of course.
Are you lying right now?
Mavis, I think you know.
No, this is out of character.
Lucius,
Lucius lying when he says
Mavis in general, like the two people he is like legit with.
Okay. So Mavis will say, I told you before I left that I was involved with someone.
Yes.
This was a person I cared about very much, but now I'm not sure that they felt the same way about me.
What happened?
Straff might have information, and I need to know, Lucius.
You need to know what?
Whether what I was feeling was real. Whether we had what I thought we had. Or whether I was just being duped. I feel like such a stupid, idiot girl.
Mavis. And I'm going to take her by the hands. And the player's panicking, and Lucius is panicking. Mavis, no, what? Don't feel stupid. It wasn't like that. I'm sorry if I gave you that impression, but
no, Lucius, it's not you.
Oh,
Lord Ruler, no, Lucius.
Lucius collapses on the floor. Lucius is dead on the floor.
Lucius, she's laughing. She's laughing now too, and she's like, Lucius, when I say involved, we were involved.
Yeah,
you would have known if it was you.
Oh.
But thank you, because I needed that.
Ooh. Oh. Thank Lord Ruler. Oh my god.
Yeah, thank you. Was there anything else?
Mavis, who was it?
No one you would know. And he's gone now.
Mavis.
So.
Oh. Someone in the fire?
I don't want to talk about this, Lucius.
Okay. Hey. Maybe we have a breakfast, yeah?
We'll do breakfast.
Let's do breakfast.
That sounds nice. And thank you, Lucius, for stopping by. I honestly needed a laugh.
Do you know what it was? Do you remember before the fire? You probably don't. I lent you a book of some writings I had made. My head, I thought maybe I'd given the wrong signal.
Oh,
yeah.
right. Oh,
Yeah.
You know, the poems were good, Lucius. I really liked them.
Thank you.
They
I'm so...
your pacing and wordplay is really improving. And I'm sorry, let me see. I'll give it back to you.
Yes, if you've got it, that would be...
And she moves to her desk and starts rustling through a couple different books. And then she pauses and is like, as she kind of realizes something, she's like, oh no.
What's up, Mavis?
Lucius, I'm such a scatterbrain. I started using your book for another purpose, and there's some personal... Let me go through, I'll take my pages out, and then I'll return your writings to you over breakfast.
Thank you so much. I'll leave you now then. I'll let you go to bed.
Yeah, well, good night, Lucius.
Good night, Mavis. And yeah.
And
I will leave the room.
Okay, and as you open the door, Addison is heading in. So Addison doesn't really skip a beat. She sees you walking out and just kind of nods and then heads in.
I kind of give her the dismissive look.
Yeah.
And head off to my room. And I go and I sit on my bed and I go, take a big old thing, and I just fall backwards onto my bed.
Great scene. So
I'm really stressed. Like
so
all this
stressed.
is making me stressed.
Oh my god, so much
it's
going
almost like
on.
something's coming.
That
So
was before Addison talked to her. That okay.
Oh man,
Man, I love you. You're amazing.
That was great.
Thank you.
The moment of Lucius thinking it was him was
Yeah.
Incredible.
So the night is wearing on, and we go now to the room of Dier Venture. So what is Dier doing?
How bad's the weather outside?
So you look out the window and you can see that it is still snowing, but the snow is beginning to fall gently. Like it's falling straight down and kind of drifting. So it seems like the wind has died down.
All right. Well, he's going to open his window, as he's very practiced in slipping out of windows as a coin shot.
It's cold, but tolerable, like without the wind.
Yeah, I don't think he needs a code. He's not going to be outside long. And he is going to make his way across the roof to where he knows Jenna Tikiel's room is, as he found out earlier. And he would like to drop down to her window and quickly peek in. Is she in there?
Jenna's in there. She is in a shift. She's taken off her makeup. She's sort of retired for the day. And Jenna looks out and sees Dier.
When she makes eye contact, is the window latch something he could flip with Allomancy to let himself in?
You'd roll for it. Actually, before you roll, as you go to push with steel on it, you find that it is unlocked.
Okay. Well, in that case, he will simply let himself in. And as he enters the room, his entire demeanor just sort of shifts. And all of a sudden, this is a very different Dier venture than we have seen before. He makes his way over to Jenna and reaches to pull something out of his pocket as he smiles at her and says, "You know, I have it on very good and handsome authority that Isenry caravan that we discussed is no longer going to be reaching its destination. Seems all goods were lost. Entire caravan team of Ska slaughtered. Quite
Very
unfortunate
good.
for them."
Ah,
And he will offer what's in his hand, which is one of his monogrammed handkerchiefs, as one does when one is courting seriously, and unwraps it to show her the bloody boxing that is within, and then wraps it back up for her to take. Because it turns out, actually, Dier Venture is incredibly serious about this courtship with Jenna Tikiel, but maybe the rest of the court doesn't need to know that about them.
Jenna is very happy to see Dier. Her demeanor is also very different, and Jenna smiles, said, "It took you long enough, Dier." And she gets up and she kisses him deeply.
He is not at all surprised by this turn of events. And I think now that she's sort of like given permission for him to relax.
She's relaxed.
He leans back. He always waits for her permission first. Just says, "Well, with business attended to, then I have to admit, I don't know that there's much else fun we could get up to this weekend with this whole ministry edict keeping bloodshed off."
Well, yes, you probably can't stay, dearie. But yes, that edict is troublesome. It is good to see you. It's been a bit, but I'm glad you did exactly what I asked. And Dier's like, and Jenna's like actually like putting her fingers like in his hair, like scratching his,
like pulling the brushing,
like playing with his hair, like scratching his scalp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, very affectionate. Oh, being back in this house after years. It's been since one of these parties. I just keep thinking about the fire and about your old flame, so to speak.
Yes. I've been thinking of him quite a lot. But Dier.
Mm-hmm.
Julian never, when he found out just how ruthless I was, he was repulsed. And I wondered exactly what was wrong. And so I had to hide it from him. And truly, since his death, I feel like we were not a good match. And we share something that I could never share with him.
Of course. I mean, from the moment I had a chance to meet, we've been friends for so many years. Always the stiff, uptight Jenna Tikiel, perfect in public, never a hair out of place. And the moment I saw you in that alleyway, just
with chess, yes,
destroying that man, I knew finally something interesting. And now we found out that man, your betrothed's bodyguard, connections to the Ska, Imagine if you'd actually gone through with marrying him.
You have no idea how much it bothers me to imagine Julian engaged in such things.
See, this is what happens when you try to match yourself with a fellow schemer.
Well, yeah, sometimes the problem is in fact that one perhaps doesn't scheme enough. But you've been very good. You've been very good, dearie. And it is very appreciated.
You know what? I've just had a thought of something fun we could do this weekend. To shock the whole court. Announce you're going to marry me. Honestly, this time, how long are we going to keep playing this dance where you try to pretend that there could be anyone other than me for you?
Dier. And so Jenna, it sits beside him and holds his hand.
He'll sit, yeah.
That would be problematic at this time, Dier. The winter is dire, and even if you renounce your title and join me, I worry. I'm very worried about my standings, and it is not all I want for you, Dier. In addition to being very discreet, which you've been very good at, Dier. And I appreciate it immensely. Is perhaps, I think I actually need you to play the game of politicking. And I know it is dreadfully boring, but it would immensely help appearances if you are serious, that it does not lower my standing, though it's very advantageous for you to play up this matter in public. The transition will be challenging. You absolutely should continue doing that. I did not forget your comment about the Lord Ruler. Make sure you pray for forgiveness to the Sliver of Infinity.
You caught me off guard. You know I didn't mean anything by it. I had to keep up the act. It's fine. I'll make it good tithe or whatever.
In retrospect, it was unwise for me to use that metaphor, but you make me go through a lot of them, so. But you should continue doing that. But I don't want it to lower Tekiel's standings to be betrothed to you. And that is the problem. Do you understand?
Listen. Okay. You have this grand idea that I would be better somehow if I were to try, if I were to do the politics game. But that isn't actually what you want, Jenna. Listen.
What is
politics is messy, and I wouldn't be any good at it. What's the point of me playing the game if I already know who's going to win? And I think he slips off the bed and goes to kneel at her feet, looking at her, and says, You are beautiful, you are ambitious, and in 10 years you are going to have Luthadel eating out of the palm of your hand, and you don't need any input from me to be able to do that. All I have to do is convince you that I am too lovely and useful for you to leave me behind. And have I ever been anything other than lovely and useful, Jenna?
You do definitely know how to get your hands dirty. But
one of my many talents.
Yeah. But if you want to help me make that vision a reality, I don't need you to be me. I don't need you to be ambitious and coming too close to the ash mounts as Julian has. But you do need to be better. You need to try. Straff will not go for this. Unless he would demand that I join Venture. And that cannot happen. And so if he removes your title, that is the line that we must walk. And so you need to be better, Dier.
Honestly, the chances of Straff letting me marry into TKL and renouncing the Venture name are nearly nothing. Let's be honest. He wouldn't trust me out from under his wing.
No.
But honestly, why do you even care about TKL? Let's be honest. Venture is on the rise again. We're going to be the top house in a few years. Straff will see to that. If you want to be the ruler of the most important house in Luthadel, marry me, take my name, and you can have Venture at your disposal. I'll let you do whatever you want. We can get rid of my cousin and his little brat of an heir if you really want to run the house. You know I'm certainly not going to do it.
I will never serve Straff. But if you eliminated him, that would make things easier.
Marry me first. Then we can talk about making moves against my house.
I will genuinely consider our next moves, Dier. And you want me to think about the plan. I shall do so. I appreciate the forthrightness. Genuinely. And Jenna then puts her arm around him again. So I genuinely appreciate it, Dier. But
you know I would do anything for you, right?
It is a careful web. And there is much stained glass. And it cannot be broken. We have to be extremely careful. And I know, with my help, that you've been very careful so far. And that is good. And so we need to continue that.
Fine. Of course. And this is a very tired argument between the two of them. They have been doing this little secret relationship for several months now, and they've worn this little argument between them.
Yeah.
So often, but Dier still has the hopes that he's going to be able to wear her down. So I think he continues kneeling there on the floor. Maybe leans back on his hands a little bit.
Oh, right. I forgot you were kneeling.
And he thinks to himself for a moment and says, you know what? I did have something I needed to talk to you about. Yes. You want to talk about me making moves for myself? Making political decisions?
What did you do, Dier? Did you not consult me?
I thought you wanted me to take more initiative.
What did you do?
Okay, listen, you aren't going to like it, but hear me out, okay? I was having a conversation, which, goodness, what a word to use. The usual sort of conversation with my father. You know how they always go. He's screaming at me from the top of his lungs. I don't even remember what about. And all throughout, he's got his zinc tugging on every bad emotion he can get his allomancy on in me, because it's the only way that he knows how to win arguments is when the person across from him can't even think straight. And I had such a moment of clarity that there was nothing worthwhile in that continued line of effort between my father and I shut him up permanently. And I know what you're going to say, that it was sloppy and not well thought out, but it's fine. There was already a Kendra on contract. It's being paid out of our coffers, and Fincher has plenty of ATM to spare. I have it under control. And honestly, things have been wonderful so far. Not having to deal with my father breathing down my neck all of the time. I get to call the shots about what he's doing. It's been perfect. It's been a good thing. Don't be upset about it, please.
Dier, I am very pleased he is dead.
Thank you.
But
of course, there's a but.
He is still pretending to be alive. Does Straff know? Who knows? Tell me.
I discreetly paid the ministry. I managed to get out of it as an assassination. It was a crime of passion and self-defense.
Very good.
And there were no witnesses that night. The only person who saw anything was Eliane, and she knows better than to say anything. She'll keep her mouth shut.
And Jenna just needs to take a moment to collect herself and just
fun present for you, Jenna.
So let me see if I'm understanding you correctly, Dier, Deary.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. No.
Eric, your face with that, the only person that knows is Eliane. Perfect.
How much atium do you have that you can keep this ruse going without Straff knowing? How long?
At least a few months, I think.
Okay.
Good. So much of it was paid in advance. It was my father's Kandra, which is why I will say the imitation is perfect. He worked for Renholm for years.
But Eliane is okay. We need to think of an exit strategy for this, Dier. We need to. It will only last months, and then Straff will know, and that will be very bad for you. You understand this?
He doesn't need to know I had anything to do with it. We'll give the old man a heart attack or something. It'll be fine.
We shall workshop that. But
and at that moment, right? You hear a knock at the door.
Oh, snap. I think he looks to Jenna and motions at the window.
Yeah.
All right. He's gonna make to get out then.
Yep.
So
which the window is shut again. So
yeah, it's shut.
Dier's going to try to get out before somebody opens the door.
Just a moment, please. And I imagine Dier can leave quietly, I hope.
I think he turns to the window, pauses, sneaks back and steals a quick kiss, and then goes to leave.
Yeah.
And yeah, if the person on the other side of the door won't walk in, he will try to slip out quickly.
Good.
And make his way back
the door's locked.
onto the roof.
Yeah, the door is locked.
So,
all
right.
Jenna unlocks the door and opens it,
and she sees Addison Tenebrian standing on the other side.
Interesting.
And Addison kind of casts her eyes down and gives a formal curtsy. She's still wearing her day clothes. She hasn't changed into night clothes. Yeah.
Can I make a request?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dier is staying by the window and trying to listen in.
Okay. Yeah. Make a
That'd be a steel
physique
roll.
roll, or physique or steel, but it's like a stealth. But if you're you're kind of stealthing with your steel.
no.
So
Uh-huh.
No.
Can I use his violent courier profession that he's used to, sort of sneaking around and being stealthy in and out of windows with steel?
you may.
And is this a contest but with her wit?
Yes.
This is gonna be
so contest?
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a contest, yes.
Okay.
That
that's
is
good.
4s and
That's
1
good.
nudge, which I think I'm going to
Okay.
take that nudge.
Oh, so interesting. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So we're going to roll.
Oh, that's a lot of dice.
Addison is going to spend the 3 nudges to meet.
What does it mean if there's a tie?
I mean, Dier has a nudge, so it helps a tiny
But
bit.
Dier banked
He didn't
that
use
nudge.
it. He banked
But-
it.
Oh, I didn't get that.
I'm willing to bank it.
Well, you didn't know Addison's result yet, so I would be willing to let you use that nudge to break the tie. If
I'll understand.
What? Sorry. What do the ties mean, Matt? That's important. What does that mean?
Yeah, do we need to break the tie?
What does that mean in the contest?
I need to look at contest rules.
I think we do.
Yes, we do.
This is important. This is a very key role.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Contests, page 157.
I mean, it's cold outside. Addison might notice there's a little snow that blew in as he slipped out.
I know.
There's
That's
some
That's
some
certainly
things.
true.
So from how I understand the rules in a contest, the one who rolled first is essentially set the difficulty, and the one who rolls second is trying to hit that.
I need it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
All
I
right,
think
cool.
and I think what makes sense, because Dier is trying to avoid detection. Addison is trying to meet the challenge of detecting him.
Detect.
It wouldn't really make sense.
Yeah. No.
Okay,
Absolutely.
all right.
100%.
I am totally fine with her succeeding that role by doing it.
If
Okay.
Addison notices anything, she does not give any reaction, but she gives a low curtsy and says, "I'm so sorry for disturbing you, Lady Jenna. Mavis was hoping to speak with you as soon as possible."
Very well. I shall. Give me just a moment. Jenna just goes in the bathroom and just puts on a dress again and not her shift. Yes, we'll follow. Wait. Yeah. So she is in the bathroom. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So then goes with Mavis with Addison. Yeah.
Okay, and I would like everyone but Eric.
Oh no!
Like I knew it.
Maybe ping people when it's done, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay,
might
great.
bring
He wanted
one
some of us to stay here to react.
I might bring one of you in partway through.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh my
All
god.
right. I will.
Okay.
Put it in
I'm
Discord.
so stressed out. You have no idea.
Can we watch? Or,
Yeah, we can watch.
Yeah.
We can watch.
Yeah,
You're-
we're supposed to
You're
watch.
good?
Yes.
Yeah, you can watch.
great.
Okay. So
Deafened now.
So Addison will tell you that Mavis is waiting for you on the docks, but she won't make any moves to join you or follow you there or lead you.
Jenna grabs a coat and heads down to the docks.
Okay. So there's some people milling around the keep, but you don't really see too many people. So Jenna, and people who see Jenna wouldn't remark that she's moving, but it's not unusual, but there's not too many people tracking.
Sure.
So you come to the doors of the atrium that lead to the interior courtyard, and the snow is still falling, but lightly. It's a sheltered area, and the mists are out, so it's a little hard to see. And I'm assuming Jenna exits the door.
Yep. Jenna goes out to the docks.
So as you exit the door, you see 2 figures on the dock.
Okay.
They seem to be speaking to one another. Do you approach or stand back?
I'll approach. Can I hear what they're saying?
You can hear they're shouting, raising their voice, but you're not quite close enough to make out words. I could give you a wits check though to
Cool.
try to hear more.
Okay,
So.
let's do that.
So wits 3. Yeah. So
Cool.
4.
Yep.
And so you do hear the figure. Mavis is saying, "Of course it would be you. After everyone we've lost, everyone who's died, of course you would still be here to torment me more."
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do I hear the other person?
You do. He says, "Oh, get over yourself, you spoiled child. Not everything is about you. Stuck your nose into things you have no business in."
And do I recognize the voice?
You can roll for it.
Okay.
I'll put difficulty at 3 based on your potential familiarity with this person.
Okay. Oh, that's a 2. And a nudge. I'll
Yeah.
keep the nudge.
Yeah. So, I will say that does tell you probably that it's not Julian.
Yes.
Because
yes, that is. Yeah, I would recognize.
You would have recognized his voice.
Yeah.
So Mavis at this kind of turns. And it's in a very dismissive way, like she can't give this person enough regard to even worry about the potential danger they could represent by turning her back to them. It's a very kind of arrogant show of bravado. And you and Mavis know each other well. And Jenna and Mavis are very different, but have things in common. And this side of her doesn't come out often, but Mavis has a way of kind of effortlessly making people feel inferior and putting them in their place that Jenna would recognize she's kind of attempting to do in this moment.
Yep.
And she turns to go, and as she does, her eyes widen slightly, seeing Jenna. And you can see a hint of calculation, like she knew you were going to be here and was expecting you to come, but it's not quite lining up the way she thought it would. And before there can be more of an interaction, the man, it's a male voice, the man grabs at Mavis and the two start to struggle on the dock.
Jenna runs forward. Does it look like Mavis is struggling immensely? That it is dire.
It looks like Mavis is holding her own to some extent, but Jenna knows Jenna's a killer. And she can tell the man knows what he's doing. And Mavis is physically fit, but is not a combatant. And Jenna can tell that from the way they're moving. So what you're seeing is two physically strong people struggling, but one of them with there's an imbalance of experience and skill.
Okay, Jenna is going to burn pewter.
Okay. So Jenna starts to burn pewter, and what is Jenna going to attempt to do?
Do I need to roll for that, or?
Not until you start to do something with the pewter.
Jenna is going to sprint to this person and push him off. She has obsidian daggers on her, and she is going to get them out.
Okay. I'm gonna do a contest.
Okay.
With do your pewter. And this is to see, can this person do what they're trying to do before Jenna gets there? So it would be your pewter.
So that'd just be a 5, right?
Yeah, unless you can add any traits.
like self-defense. I don't know about that.
You're trying to defend someone else. I don't think it.
Do I get a plus for the obsidian knife? But that's not really the pewter, so.
No, for
Okay,
an attack you would, but.
Okay, cool. So just roll 5, yeah?
Yeah, just 5.
Okay.
And.
Oh, hell yeah!
That is awesome.
Hell yeah. What?
Um.
How is that so many dice? What? What?
So, you see, the man is trying to maneuver Mavis around, and he's kind of making to like push her off the dock down to the frozen lake. But Jenna is able to sprint up and with her pewter physically like push them apart.
Yeah.
And now that you're in close proximity, you see the man's face is covered in burns. And for a moment, you're taken back to that alleyway when you killed a man whose face was covered with burns. But you know it couldn't be him because you killed him. There was a hook. You left him with a hook in his throat.
Yes.
You knew he couldn't. He's dead. He's absolutely dead.
I absolutely destroyed him, yes.
But this is another burned individual. But it does evoke, evoke a memory or like a similarity. I would allow you to roll wits to determine if it's the same person.
Yeah, sure. All right. Challenge. What rating?
How much of an impression did that person make on Jenna? Like, was that kind of a really significant killing that she did? Like that she would...
Yes, very significant.
Okay. Then I'm going to put this at a 2.
2. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can add any traits.
Okay, yeah.
Nothing.
How many nudges do you have?
I do have 1 nudge that I can use for this. So that can bump it to a 1, which I guess I'll do.
You need 3 nudges to bump. But
no, sorry, I have 1 with the 2. Excuse me. Sorry.
Okay. So that's not quite enough. Would you like to use the nudge to do a failure with a twist?
Yeah.
Like your existing nudges? Yeah. Okay. So we don't bank those. There's some... If this is the same person, they've changed. Like, you do get... You're very confused, though. Like, it's almost like you're getting a flashback. Like, it's a very visceral reaction you're having.
Sure.
So you're not really, like, thinking clearly.
Okay.
So you push them apart, and Mavis's eyes go wide because she can feel your strength as you push them apart.
Yeah.
And she seems also a little surprised to see you helping her, actually. But the person on the other side is already reacting, and this is going to be their failure. I'm using their nudges to nudge their failure. So they didn't get what they wanted to push Mavis off, but instead I am letting them, you see they were reaching for a pouch, and as they are pushed apart, they let a coin fall to the ground on the dock, and then they shoot up into the air. So they have an aerial advantage. And so we are gonna try out a little bit of combat.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
So would Jenna wait to see what this person does, or would she try to act first?
Well, I mean, he's in the air, so I don't think she can really do much. So she'll take like a defensive posture around Mavis. Make sure she's up and ready. But she has her obsidian knives out.
How are you trying to defend Mavis?
I'm just trying to get in the way of wherever he's like arcing. Just like make sure Jenna is faced towards him and Mavis is not.
Okay. I think this will be a pewter roll again because you are it. Or is your pewter or physique higher?
My pewter.
Your pewter.
Is.
Okay, so yeah, this will be a pewter. You can add your self-defense.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can add your self-defense.
Cool.
And this is a contest. Or, sorry, no. So that's going to be your defense pool.
Okay.
So he is going to try to... Actually, he's not targeting you, so you're not actually defending necessarily. So this would be another contest.
Okay.
So he's going to roll first.
Okay.
And then you're going to see what you
dice.
need to beat to intervene.
Yeah. Okay.
So 4s and some nudges.
Sylvain, I'm trying to save Mavis's life here. Don't even.
Funny how none of them are on this call and won't know that.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? So what do I need to get?
You need to get... Actually, he only had to use one of his nudges to twist last time, and he did get 4. So between that and the 2, I think I will... He wants to finish this, so I'm going to bump it to 5.
And I have it in contest mode, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And so I have 6 dice, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Not bad.
you're quick, but this guy is quicker. He expertly... And Jenna doesn't have any metal on her.
No, she just ingested her vials, and she doesn't have any metal on her. Yes.
Yeah. But Mavis does. This person...
Yeah.
So there's some maneuvering, like you're trying to get in the way, but he's so quick with steel and so good with his angles that he's able to shoot around you and get an angle on Mavis. And he pushes, and as she flies backward, you can see a little pouch at her waist that's about the size of a metal vial. And as an Allomancer, you would recognize that.
Yeah.
And so you suspect there is some unswallowed metals there that he has not taken. And Mavis is pushed out onto the lake. And she lands with a crack and skids across the ice. What does Jenna do next?
Where's the person?
He's hovering.
He's hovering.
So it would be you are between him and Mavis.
Yep.
But he has like a triangle on her.
Okay. Jenna yells Mavis and runs toward her.
Okay. This is going to be it's going to be, can you get to her before he can...
Okay.
Because he's going to unleash some
He has so many dies, Matt. That's just cruel.
He has an Allomancy rating of 9, and he's adding a trait. So,
oh my god.
In game terms, this is a deadly threat.
Yeah, no, I figured that. Yeah, for sure.
So, no, but again, you're not... I don't think you can add your self-defense running to... Because this is more just how fast can you go.
Contest or challenge?
Contest.
Okay. And so I'll roll 5, yeah?
I'll give you the advantage. I'll let him roll first.
Okay. Oh,
5.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Nope.
No.
That's a rip.
So you run, and even though your muscles are enhanced by pewter, you feel like you're running through molasses as a spray of coins shoots past you. They strike the ice, splintering it, and Mavis's body as well. And you see her with her wounds slipping under the ice into the freezing lake. And the person will speak and say, well, this is an unfortunate complication. My employer was clear on there being no witnesses. The ministry's edict must be obeyed. But I suppose one spoiled dead girl deserves company. And he moves like he might continue the melee.
Right,
So,
yeah. Well, I clearly need to retreat, I think. I cannot get to Mavis. He is going to come for me and directly attack.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like he's just pushed, right?
He's just pushed.
Okay.
I will actually, if you don't mind pausing here.
Sure, okay.
I'm going to just do something.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to ask you to keep quiet.
Okay.
Okay, say something. Make sure I can hear you.
Yeah,
Hi.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, just let me...
So many dice! Yeah!
Yeah.
Eric, Dier doesn't know anything yet. Dier,
Yep.
you were clinging to the outside of Jenna's window.
Yep.
You might have observed Addison speaking with Jenna, and then Jenna putting on a coat and leaving.
Okay.
How long do you stay at the window for, or where do you go?
If he saw Jenna grab a coat, he would go to the top of the roof and try to see if they exited the house.
Excellent. So you head to the roof and you're watching specifically for Jenna, correct?
Yeah, he wants to see if Jenna and Addison leave.
So you're watching the two doors. There's a door to the front and a door to the back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you do watch Jenna exit the door to the interior courtyard.
Okay.
And then you look up to where she's going. And you didn't see this at first because you're on the roof. It's quite high. But you see two figures out on the dock that Jenna is heading towards.
Okay.
Do you do anything?
How good of a view does he have up there?
You're pretty far up. It's a tall building.
Yeah. Is there like a wall or actually let me look at the map real quick. You said he's going toward the docks, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Jenna's heading towards the docks, and you can just barely make out two figures out there in the mist. That's the other thing.
Like
it's
out,
like misty.
out on the lake, or are they on the docks?
They're on the dock.
Okay.
The
In
lake.
that case, he's gonna come over to the roof above, like where the solar is, and I think he's gonna try to drop down to ground level, and like observe from that side, because that looks like it might be close enough on the map that he would have a better view of the docks from there.
So
he's regretting not bringing his coat.
I'm gonna describe what happens. This is all happening very quickly, so you will not have a chance to intervene until I break.
Okay.
But suddenly, Jenna spurs forward, moving inhumanly fast. There's an altercation as she separates the two individuals, but one of whom shoots up into the air. You recognize as an experienced steel burner that they are a coin shot. The coin shot maneuvers around Jenna, and the other figure who Jenna appears to be defending goes flying backward and is knocked down, skidding onto the ice. And that person is out of view at that point.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Watching the way that the coin shot moves, can Dier tell if they are only using steel?
Roll a wit.
Okay.
You can add I
assume adding his steel, because he knows what just a coin shot looks like. 'Cause
Well,
he's wondering if this is a
feel-
Mistborn.
That'll affect the difficulty.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you can add I think just probably your wits.
Just wits. Okay.
But the difficulty, because you're an experienced coin shot, is only a 1. But if you roll higher than that, I might give you something else.
Gotcha. All right, I'm rolling now.
How many
2
nudges do you have, Bank?
nudges. Let me check. I have 3. I'm gonna spend one of my banked nudges to hit a 1. Dier
You have
needs
to
to know
spend
if that's a
3.
coin.
It's 3 to
Yeah,
bump it.
I have 3 banked. I have 2 here. I'm gonna spend
Okay.
1 banked and the 2 that I just rolled.
Gotcha.
Which
So you still
puts my
have 2
bank
banked.
down
Okay.
to 2.
Yeah. You only see them pushing.
Okay. All right.
And
For now,
with
at least.
your burning steel, so you can clearly tell. Like you can track with the blue lines too. Like you can kind of track things.
Yeah. He's like watching their anchors. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So the other figure is out of sight. The mists are obscuring them, but they're out on the lake. And the Allomancer is hovering above Jenna, and it looks like the altercation might continue between the two of them. And this is the point when you may choose to intervene if you wish.
Gotcha. How high up are they?
Jenna's down on the dock.
Right.
I will say, before he turns to face Jenna, he launches another volley of coins out after the individual.
Okay. So the coin shot is trying to hurt the person on the lake, and Jenna is trying to defend the person on the lake.
Yes. But now, after their attack at the person on the lake, they have turned to Jenna. And actually, from your angle, you hear a loud crack as the coins hit the ice, and there's the sound of the ice cracking.
Interesting.
This is probably before I scream a name, right? Because I did scream. As like that.
Right. Yeah, he would have heard that. So yeah, at some point in that, you would have heard Jenna scream Mavis's name, right?
Yes.
It was Mavis? Okay.
Yes. I screamed Mavis.
Okay. So Dier probably thinks Mavis is the one out on the lake, is what he's assuming. I think as soon as that... Oh, so yeah, the question, how high is the... I try not to do hand gestures because I know they're watching me.
No, that's fine. Do that. That's fun.
Yeah, okay, fine. How high is the coin shot hovering above Jenna? Is this like 20,
probably
30 feet in the air?
Probably about level where you are.
Okay, like roof height?
Yeah.
Cool. Dier wants to drop to the ground and push their anchors out from under them on the lake so that they fall.
Okay, this is going to be a contested steel roll to see if you can, because they're also going to try to save themselves.
Okay. Yep. He's gonna. Can I pull Violent Courier?
Yes.
For that. Okay. All right. So that is a contest. Rolling.
So you do push his anchor, but he's able to drop another one, and he kind of like skids to the ground. But he like cushions his fall, and he like lands, and he immediately looks up at you, and then
Dier is running out to Jenna's side to intersperse himself between her and the coin shot.
So the coin shot kind of looks between you and sees that his odds have changed slightly now that there are two combatants. And he'll say, not so helpless, I see. And his eyes kind of linger on you, Dier. And he says, I'll take my leave then. why don't you do me a favor and save your friend from drowning? I'm sure you can make it to her before she freezes to death. And he makes to shoot off into the distance unless someone tries to. Yeah.
He attacked Mavis. She's in the lake.
I'm going. Grab him if you can. And he'll make for Mavis.
And is anyone trying to stop the man from fleeing?
Is he in the air?
He's about to be.
Jenna will jump for him as best she can.
Okay. It'll come down to this then.
Actually, can I do like a maneuver?
Sure.
If he's in the air,
he's not in the air yet.
Okay.
He's on the ground. He's about to shoot off into the air.
I was gonna try to launch Jenna at him somehow with steel.
Jenna's not.
Yeah, I was gonna have him throw his dueling cane at her because it's got steel in it. But the problem is that gives the other coin shot an anchor against her too. So I don't think it works. Yeah. Nope. Okay. No, he was told to go for Mavis. He's gonna go for Mavis, and
I will
knows
say
how to fight coin shots.
We're kind of beating it out. Like, we're not doing combat rules exactly because so far no one's tried to injure someone else.
True.
So you can only do one, like, although Dier does have multiple targets.
It's true.
So if there's a way you can convince me you could go for Mavis while launching something at the attacker, you would be capable of doing that.
I've got an idea.
Okay.
Dier wants to launch himself up over the coin shot because you said he's not in the air yet.
Yeah.
And I assume he's got coins on him and such. Dier wants to push down on him as he goes over his head to try to keep him from launching up as he goes over to try to get to where Mavis is. Like a big arc. Push down on whatever anchors he has. Maybe get rid of his coin pouch or something.
Okay. And then Jenna is going to try to grab him.
Yeah.
As well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, like one with the.
So we'll do Dier first. Then I'm gonna roll him, and if he succeeds against Dier, then Jenna will roll against what he rolled as well. If he doesn't succeed against Dier, he'll have a -1.
Okay. All right.
If that's fair. So, like, Dier, you're essentially trying to give Jenna a better chance.
Yes. Yeah, that's what he's thinking. I will go steal and getting his hands dirty, I'll say.
Yeah. You're mixing it up.
Yeah. Maybe he throws a few coins from the top just to be kind of distracting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Not great. No, not even close.
So, Jenna, make your roll to see basically what's going to happen here, just to paint a picture, is if you're successful, I'm going to allow you to grab him by the ankle as he flies away and throw him to the ground.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think it's just 5, right? Yeah, for Jenna? Yeah. Okay. Oh, no.
So what happens is, Dier, you try to push down at him, and you see he almost anticipates the move. Like, he knew you were going to do it, and he counters effectively and shoots off. And Jenna, your fingers just scrape the bottom of his shoes, and he shoots off into the night. But Dier, you are launching towards Mavis.
Yep, he's gonna find the break in the ice. He is going to... I think he's got his dueling cane in hand, knowing that it is a strong source of metal. And, like, I mean, I think he'll come out of the air and just go straight into the water, and is maybe like mutters to himself, "Mavis, you'd better grab this." As he plunges underneath. And I think he'll, in fact, like as he goes in, he wants to throw some coins up, like to hit the top of the ice from the underside to push himself down further to try to grab her.
So you go into the water, and it's like 1,000 knives stabbing into Dier's body at once, as Titanic would say. And you see, but you have a steel line pointing downward to where
he's following it.
Mavis is sinking.
Yep.
And you see the steel line move a bit. And because you're so close, the figure resolves. You see Mavis bring something from her waist to her mouth.
Good. Okay.
And
he's holding on tight to his cane in hoping, like trying to stabilize it then.
Yeah. And so she pulls herself towards the cane, and you're pulled towards her because you're both in the water. Mm-hmm. And then when she hits you, she grabs on and pulls on the anchors above the ice equally. So she's able to get you close to the hole, but your back is smacked into the ice. So you haven't quite made it out of the hole yet.
Okay. How deep is the lake? If he throws coins to the bottom, is that a strong enough anchor to push them up out of here?
The lake's too deep for that.
Too deep.
You can make a physique roll though to just try to swim.
Just try to
and get out.
Swim and climb out. Oh, he's not good at physique.
Oh.
Can I use reckless for this? And I'll say he's trying to get Mavis out first. Not himself. He's trying to like shove her out of the water because she's been under here longer.
You can use reckless.
All right. Okay. Oh boy. 4s.
And sorry, I didn't say the difficulty, but that's enough. Jenna, you see Dier and Mavis surface, and
I sprint to them and try and pull them out.
You pull them out of the lake, and there the three of you are lying huddled there, and Mavis collapses, and you see she's bleeding quite a bit from numerous puncture wounds. And she just says, and she looks to both of you, and she has a really real expression of gratitude on her face. And
she says, you won the damn race to the bottom, Mavis.
Yeah. I think I did. You both tried to save me.
What else were we supposed to do? Who was that?
You know who it was, Dier. Make a wits roll, Alyx.
Yeah, he does. He does know. He doesn't want that to be true.
And you can. It's a difficulty 1.
Okay. I don't think. Can I add his destiny to this?
Yes.
Cool. We never get to add Dier's destiny to anything.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Come on, dice. Give me this one. I know who it is.
You have 2 more nudges.
Can I say who I think it is?
Yes.
This is Vasha, isn't it?
This is Vasha, Mavis's brother. And so you know his voice very well. You know he's a coin shot. And you didn't realize it at first, but once you put 2 and together with the voice, you realize you also recognized his moves.
How he thought.
Because they're ones that he tried to drill into you many, many times.
Yeah. No, it couldn't be. Why would he attack you? He's dead, for Lord Ruler's sake. It's not possible.
Isn't it a stupid joke? Julian's dead. My father is dead. Chess is dead. And Vasha survives. It's just what I deserve. And you
Mavis,
can see
no.
that Mavis is likely bleeding out, and like she's shivering, like she's very much not in good shape.
Can I run and try and get some guards?
Yeah. You might want
Yeah.
to pick her up and run her to the manor.
Yeah, sure,
rather
sure,
than
sure,
trying
sure.
to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell everyone back on to
Okay.
wrap things up.
That's not expected.
Does Dier run in with Jenna?
Yeah,
Does he
yeah,
follow?
he's following.
Okay.
Sopping wet. This is not the Bridgerton scene I wanted to read.
No.
What have you guys done? What has happened?
What has Matt done?
Matt,
be
what have
Matt
you done?
So
everybody.
Alyx and Eric don't talk too
Yep,
much.
yep,
And I'm gonna
yep.
ask you not to talk about what happened just now
Okay.
with the rest of the group. Sylvain, you have a loud knocking on your door.
How late is it?
It's before midnight. But it's probably between 10 o'clock and midnight.
Like, I'm shirtless when I answered the door because, like, of course he would speak shirtless. I'm like, come on, like,
The himbo shirtless
Um,
scene accomplished.
yeah, like we had to have one.
Good.
Very
Very good.
Okay, so you're shirtless in your room and you're answering the door. I just want to establish where everyone is. So Lucius, you went back to your room with the Grey Fester.
Yep.
Do you go back out at any point or do you stay in your room?
No, I stayed in my room at that point.
Okay, Lucius is in his room. Eliane, last we left you had a favorable conversation with Kenton and Angelique. Would you be back in your room now, or where would you be out and around?
Probably.
Okay.
And I mean, yeah, she would have stayed in her room.
Okay.
She would have noticed it was tossed. Figured it was Dier and just put everything away.
Yeah. So Eliane, your room is roll a wits for me.
Okay.
Can't believe Matt is stringing us along for this long. You got fours. Hey!
Fours.
Yay.
You hear the banging as well. You hear some very frantic knocking on Sylvain's door because you're like just across and down the hall from him.
Does
so
Brienne
come out?
Hastings hear anything? 'Cause she's also close.
Oh, they're not in their rooms.
Oh, okay. Who is banging on my door?
You find Addison waiting for you. Does Eliane come to her door as well?
She probably would. She's a curious person.
How's Addison looking?
She looks stressed, like frantic. Like you've almost never seen her. She's
stressed.
She has a feature. Her feature trait is unreadable expression. She is not using it right now. She is not using it right now. Is he pausing or is he going to say something immediately? Because Addison will start talking immediately as soon as he opens the door.
If I can see like she's visibly distressed, like he would like invite her in.
She makes no move to come in. She says,
"Okay,
Sylvain, it's Mavis. She's in trouble. She's out on the docks.
Let's go."
Okay, what would she would have.
Eliane would have heard that.
She would have heard that.
Addison is not making any attempts to
be quiet.
Hide what she's saying.
Yeah,
Lucius, unfortunately, you're on the other side, so you don't. You're in your room getting high.
I am zoned out on the bed. If someone knocks on my door, I'm not even sure I'd answer it.
So, Addison, Sylvain, and Eliane run down the stairs, and you're covering some ground. So I'm just gonna timey-wimey. As you get down the stairs, you see Jenna sprinting in carrying Mavis's bloody body, Dier falling close behind. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Man! Oh.
Bloody dead body or bloody barely breathing body?
It's
I'm
bloody.
gonna save those wits checks for next session because this has been long enough already.
The viewers at home, our recording just hit 6 hours. Oh my god. Okay, so I have no idea what's happening, so I have no comments. Thanks everyone for watching the second episode of Diceborn
before we do.
Secrets in Stained Glass. Don't forget about this week's giveaway. Thank you to Matt, or damn you Matt, for being the DM for this game.
Yeah, that's right.
You can find
Probably the third episode. Maybe?
Yeah, maybe the third episode.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what
with
happens.
editing.
Yeah, there might be some weird cuts in this.
Yeah.
You can find you can find the rest of us on 17shard.com for all your news, theories, discussion, and fun. You can find us on Discord, Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube, on Spotify. And if you like your stuff, you can support us on Patreon. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys in episode 3. Keep this dice rolling. Bye.
Bye.
Diceborn Secrets in Stained Glass is a production of the 17th Shard, set in the Mistborn setting by Brandon Sanderson. It uses the Mistborn adventure game rule set developed by Crafty Games, including a homebrew adaptation of playtest material from their upcoming nobility supplement, The Golden Mandate. Our story features performances by Ben as Lucius Lacal, Ian as Sylvain Hadriel, Alyx as Dier Venture, Verónica as Eliane Venture, and Eric as Jenna Tekiel. Backgrounds and overlays were designed by Connor Chamberlain, with character portraits by Ellie Scarter. We also need to give a special shout out to Marvin for his work on the other animations. And a special thanks goes out to Diego Lopez, who did the stunning feature art near the end of the episode as a private commission, and then generously agreed to allow it to be featured in the episode. And lastly, our eternal thanks to Alyx for her heroic efforts in editing and post-production. So, thank you for joining us. Brace a glass, and we'll race you to the bottom.